It's a new year. I am refreshed, revivified, reinvested. China declares war on Islam. Hungary has sealed off its border with Serbia with massive coils of barbed wire. Obama wants to admit 100,000 refugees into the United States. And a 15-year-old girl murders her own mother after watching YouTube videos of ISIS beheadings. My name is Howard Riell, and this is Real Truth. You're listening to the American Freedom Network, streaming live around the world at AmericanNewsNet.com, and on Facebook, and on YouTube, and on Tumblr, and in the book Real Truth, Stay Angry. And of course, as always, broadcasting out across the Colorado Front Range on KHNC, Johnstown, Colorado, 1360 AM, The Lion. Our call-in number is 877-254-7524. My friends, welcome back. I hope you had a spiritually refreshing Rosh Hashanah. Today is the fast of Gedalia. Tzom Gedalia is what we call it. So if I sound a little scratchy today, it's from not eating or drinking. I beg your forgiveness. Let's hit it. Item from Yahoo News. Danish 15-year-old Lisa Borch murdered her mother in October last year after watching YouTube videos of ISIS beheading British hostages, and now she's going to jail for it. Borch and Iraq-born boyfriend Bakhtiar Mohammed Abdullah, 29, stabbed Tina Romer Holtegard at least 20 times with a long blade kitchen knife in their home in Kvissel, Denmark. Borch became obsessed with militant Islam after falling in love with a Muslim man who left her. Then she met Abdullah at a nearby refugee center. The two had plans to flee to Syria to fight for ISIS. After the murder, Borch called the police saying, quote, "I heard my mother scream and I looked out the window and saw a white man running away. Please come here, there's blood everywhere." But when police arrived at the house, Borch was calmly sitting in the living room, using her iPhone and watching videos on YouTube. She didn't even get up from her computer when police asked her about her mother. She just pointed them upstairs where they discovered Holtegard in bed covered in her own blood. Police later examined the computer and found Borch had been watching beheadings on repeat. During Borch's trial, it was learned Borch's twin sister had just moved out, no longer able to deal with the constant arguing between Borch and their mother. The arguing stemmed from Holtegard telling Borch to break up with Abdullah, whom Borch now claims is only a friend, telling her, "Live the life of a normal teenager." Prosecutors believe the arguing led to the murder. One time, Borch even showed her sister which knife she was planning on using to kill their mother, but Borch's sister thought it was a sick joke. In court, Borch and Abdullah blamed each other for the murder, but both got sentenced. Borch will serve 9 years in jail. Abdullah will serve 13 years and will be expelled from Denmark afterwards. Stop! Well, my friends, this is a hell of a way to start the new year, right? 5776? But maybe it's the perfect way to start this year. We see what's happening over in Europe. Hungary is all over the news today. It has allowed in Syrian refugees, and these people are animals. They're violent. They're a horror. And now Hungary is saying, whoa, 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 hold on a second. Well, for Hungary and the rest of Europe, it's too late. Their fate is sealed. And believe me, it's a fate well-deserved after centuries of persecuting the Jews. But we have a chance to learn a lesson here. Here's a 15-year-old girl. She watches ISIS videos. She gets involved with boys who are Muslims. Next thing you know, she's carving up her mother. So what's the lesson with which we can start this brand spanking new year? I'm glad you asked, because I'm here to tell you. Islam is a cancer. Islam is a contagious disease. Islam turns otherwise innocuous, docile people into crazy people bent on violence, murder, destruction, and horror. And if you don't believe me, ask Borch's sister, twin sister. She's going to carry around with her for the rest of her life the knowledge that she might have been able to prevent the horrifying murder of her mother, and she didn't do it. That's her hard luck. But we are a little bit luckier because we can see this happening and we see the horror unfolding in Europe. And we have a chance to do something now. Why now? Why can't it be after my TV show is on? Well, here's why. Because in the news today, it says Barack Obama wants to bring 100,000 Syrians here, which means horror. The type of which we're seeing played out in European countries. We have a chance to stop it. We have a chance to call up our congressmen and our senators and insist that they stop it. We can do it. My friends, this is not a fantasy. We can do it. We can keep from becoming Europe. We just have to do it. Not easy because it means, forgive me for speaking heresy, it means turning off the television. It means putting away all the things with which we entertain ourselves on a daily basis and getting down to brass tacks and doing things that aren't especially entertaining but are oh so necessary. So if you have a daughter, and maybe she meets a nice Muslim boy, and maybe they start dating, and maybe they start talking, and maybe she starts watching videos. Let me ask you a question. You have any steak knives in your drawers at home? Silly question, right? Wrong. It's not silly, because that's what Islam does to people. I have daughters. I hope to live a few more years. My daughters will live long lives. They'll have children. I want them growing up in a safe and decent country. And when you have a substantial presence of Islam, that becomes impossible. Item from Bloomberg. The Obama administration, I just told you about this, my friends, is preparing to announce a plan to admit more refugees over the next 2 years. But at this point, the numbers being proposed are too small to relieve the crisis streaming out of Syria. Wednesday at the White House, the most senior national security officials will discuss raising the limit on the number of refugees from around the world allowed to enter the United States from 70,000 this year to 85,000 next year and 100,000 in fiscal 2017. 3 administration officials told me. If members of the National Security Council Principals Committee agree on the plan, it will be sent to President Obama's desk, and administration sources say he's likely to approve it. He'll quickly approve it, unquote. My friends, if you had hopes of dying in your sleep one day or dying of old age, well, that eventuality just became lesser because we're importing terrorists and third world lowlifes. Thank you, Obama voters. It's Wednesday. It's Real Truth. It's 5776, and we'll be back.
Howdy, folks. Have you ever thought about having your own backyard chickens? Now you have a source of certified organic, no GMO, no soy chicken feed. HappyHens.biz can even deliver, or you can pick up. Call me, Tim, at 303-829-5948, or go to HappyHens.biz for pricing and ingredients. At HappyHens.biz, we love HappyHens.biz. Call us at 303-829-5948.
Great Plains Power has been providing reliable electrical power systems in the Rocky Mountain area since 1992. Our systems rely on the sun to help make you self-reliant for your power needs. Solar energy can be scaled to fit any situation, from complete power independence to backup power for the short term. Our expertise focuses on standalone power, but we have extensive experience with utility interactive systems as well. Custom tailored capabilities as modest as emergency lighting all the way to commercial scale power. Great Plains Power is a full service company. We service everything we sell. We provide and design turnkey packages, custom design system, and parts for do-it-yourself. With more than 20 years of specialized experience at your disposal, let us know what your power concerns or goals are. Reach us by phone or the internet. Call 303-239-9963. That's 303-239-9963. Or go to GreatPlainsSolar.com.
Nutritional balancing by GoHealthyNext.com will expertly assist you in optimizing your metabolism, teach you safe detoxification techniques, and help you rebuild your health. Eileen Durfee, a Dr. Wilson practitioner, specializes in programs and resources that will assist you in repairing your health using scientific methods. If you have fatigue, stress, pain, cravings, inflammation, negative emotions, and adverse reactions, you need to get nutritional balancing at GoHealthyNext.com. That's GoHealthyNext.com. GoHealthyNext.com.
Hi guys, welcome back to Real Truth. I am Howard Riell. Today's September 16th. It was on this day in 1990 that I got married for the first time, but I'm not going to let that get me down. Instead, I'm going to move forward with some positive stuff. For example, I'm going to start with a video here. Here we go. Donald Trump being interviewed by, let's see, who's doing the interview? The Wall Street Journal. Donald Trump walking the Wall Street Journal reporter through his headquarters. It's an interesting video, especially in light of the fact that Donald Trump will be starring in the second Republican presidential debate this evening, 7 p.m. Eastern, if I'm not mistaken. Let's give a listen. All right, guys, let's do this. Go online. You can find the rest of this interview. It's not hard to find. If I found it, you can find it. Watch the debate tonight. You know what? Find some people you know who aren't into politics. Everyone likes to say, oh, I'm not into politics. Drag them in front of a TV and let them listen, because not being into politics is killing America. There are too many people with better things to do than be into politics, which is how the ship of state is guided. Whether you like politics or not, it's how decisions are made in this country, and decisions that affect all of us. Just like there are people who have better things to do than parent, than raise their kids. I think it's disgraceful. So take the people, tell them that they should spend time with their kids if they're not, drag them in front of a TV and let them watch the debate. They'll see Donald Trump, who lives in the real world and is used to getting real results, and then they'll see a whole bunch of politicians who will give you politician answers. And the difference is stark, and it's vital that Americans see it and be aware of it. Let's move on. Where the heck am I? There we go. Item from the Associated Press. Dateline, Horgos, Serbia. Hungary sealed off its border with Serbia with massive coils of barbed wire on Tuesday and began detaining migrants trying to use the country as a gateway to Western Europe. Harsh new measures that left thousands of frustrated asylum seekers piled up on the Serbian side of the border. Unquote. My friends, you can call them asylum seekers if you like. I think they're more accurately called criminals. If I want to come into your house without permission and I simply climb through the window, I'm a burglar. I'm a trespasser. I'm a criminal. Why are these people not being referred to as criminals? They're criminals, and worse than that, they're dragging their young children along with them in an insanely dangerous bid to go someplace and get stuff for free. Maybe it was Barack Obama's presidency that has shown the world you can get stuff for free. Or maybe we didn't need Obama to show, but he did anyway. They're showing up in countries that didn't ask for them. They're breaking the law. They're exposing their families to untold danger, starvation, thirst, all in the name of getting stuff free. Well, my message to all my listeners in Syria. Do I have listeners in Syria? I assume I have a few million. Anyway, to my listeners in Syria, stay in Syria and make Syria a better place to live. You want to start? Begin by not planning to destroy Israel. That's step number one. As soon as you show God that you're not trying to kill His chosen people, you'll be surprised how good things will start to happen. But most of all, don't you dare try and force your way into our countries, because despite what the liberals tell you, we won't have it. We'll take a break. Real Truth marches on.
There was a man sent from God whose name was John. This man came for a witness, to bear witness of the light, that all through him might believe. He was not that light, but was sent to bear witness of the light. That was the true light which gives light to every man coming into the world. The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 6 through 9.
Are you wild about what is going on in the headlines of the day? Yeah. Well, I'm Daniel Wild, Dr. Dan Gum, a graduate of the School of Hard Knocks. I'm sorry, no degree after my name. But I'll tell you what, I've taken the temperature of America, and there's fever. And America's wild about freedom. Sundays, 2 to 5 on 1360 Orion.
An emergency preparedness plan for your home, car, school, and office is a must. Knowing how to store water safely, survive extreme temperature changes, provide reliable shelter, first aid, and sanitation is critical. Knowing where to get the best lights, radios, and other supplies is easy. First Survival, located at 3366 South Broadway, is a professional, reputable, full-service business providing realistic preparedness supplies at affordable prices. Stop by, go online, or call 303-781-0343, 866-781-0343.
Riell Power has been providing reliable electrical power systems in the Rocky Mountain area since 1992. Our systems rely on the sun to help make you self-reliant for your power needs. Solar energy can be scaled to fit any situation, from complete power independence to backup power for the short term. Our expertise focuses on standalone power, but we have extensive experience with utility interactive systems as well. Custom tailored capabilities as modest as emergency lighting all the way to commercial scale power. Great Plains Power is a full service company. We service everything we sell. We provide and design turnkey packages, custom design system, and parts for do-it-yourself. With more than 20 years of specialized experience at your disposal, let us know what your power concerns or goals are. Reach us by phone or the internet. Call 303-239-9963. That's 303-239-9963. Or go to GreatPlainsSolar.com. Now this is the testimony of John when the Jews sent priests and Levites from Jerusalem to ask him, "Who are you?" He confessed and did not deny, but confessed, "I am not the Messiah." And they asked him, "What then? Are you Elijah?" He said, "I am not." "Are you the prophet?" And he answered, "No." The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 19 through 21.
All right, then. Good deal, folks. Welcome back to Real Truth. I am Howard Riell. Walter Williams, you know him, but probably because he sits in for Rush Limbaugh every once in a while. He is an economist at George Mason University, very accomplished fellow. He's about to take on, in this video, a belief that somehow has become current, and it's dead wrong. The belief that capitalism is in some way immoral. It's not. Capitalism is the most moral economic plan ever put forth. Rather than me yammering about it, here's Walter Williams.
Many people believe that free market capitalism is selfish, even immoral. They say it's about greed, about hunger for money and power, that it helps the rich and hurts the poor. They're wrong. The free market is not only economically superior, it is morally superior to any other way of organizing economic behavior. Here's why. The free market calls for voluntary actions between individuals. There's no order. In the free market, if I want something from you, I have to do something for you. Let's say I mow your lawn, and you pay me $20. What does that $20 really mean? When I go to the grocer and say, I would like to have 4 pounds of steak, he in effect says to me, you want a lot of people to serve you. Ranchers, truckers, butchers, and packers. All these people have to be paid. What did you do to serve your fellow man? Well, I say, I mowed my fellow man's lawn. And the grocer says, good. Then I offer him the $20. Think of the money that you earn as a certificate of performance. It's proof that you served your fellow man. People accuse the free market of not being moral because they say it's a zero-sum game, like poker, where if you win, it means that I have to lose. But the free market is not a zero-sum game. It is a positive-sum game. You do something good for me, such as if you had steak, and I'll do something good for you, give you $20. I'm better off because I value the steak more than I value the $20, and the grocer is better off because he values the $20 more than he values the steak. We both win. Ironically, it's the government, not the free market, that creates zero-sum games in our economy. If you use the government to get a food stamp, farm subsidy, or business bailout, you will benefit, but at the expense of your fellow citizens. Isn't it more moral to require that people serve their fellow man in order to have a claim on what he produces, rather than not serve others and still have a claim? But a lot of people ask, what about giant corporations? Don't they have too much power over our lives? Not in a free market. Because in a free market, we, the people, decide the fate of companies who want our business. Free market capitalism will punish a corporation that does not satisfy customers or fails to use resources efficiently. Businesses, big and small, that wish to prosper are held accountable government bailout essentially meant to them, you don't have to be accountable to customers and stockholders, no matter how inferior your product is, and no matter how inefficient you are, we'll keep you in business by taking your fellow man's money. When the government interferes in this way, it takes the power away from the people and rewards companies that couldn't compete successfully in the marketplace. That may work out very well for politicians, big unions, and corporate offices, but it seldom does for the taxpayer. That's why a free market system can only work if there is limited government. Limited government means you and I decide which businesses survive. That's the America that our founding fathers envisioned. A limited government that has merely a few specifically mentioned or enumerated powers that are listed in Article 1, Section 8 of the United States Constitution. It's this brilliant limited government notion that produced the wealthiest nation in history. In a free market, the ambition and the voluntary effort of citizens, not the government, drives the economy. That is, people, to the best of their ability, shaping their own destiny. Sounds pretty moral to me. I'm Walter Williams at George Mason University at Prager.
And you will find that video and others at the website of PragerU, Prager University. Lots of great stuff to be seen there. I recommend that you go there. Thanks to Professor Williams. Item from Creators.com, Phyllis Schlafly reporting. She writes the following. The United States is the most generous nation in the world, and we've taken many refugees from foreign lands. Europe has not offered to take refugees from Central America. So why are some politicians here insisting that we take many thousands of refugees from the Middle East? While refugee crises are tragic, crimes committed by transplanted peoples against unwarned, unprotected victims in our own country are even more tragic. Politicians demanding that American neighborhoods accept thousands of refugees without proper screening or any indication by the migrants that they genuinely want to assimilate into our culture should be rejected. Americans are horrified by images of tens of thousands of people, mostly young, unattached Muslim men from the Middle East and Africa, crossing unguarded borders into Europe. The news media often describe these people sympathetically as refugees from the civil war in Syria, but many could be migrants seeking a more comfortable life in a rich society with a cradle-to-grave welfare state. The scene is eerily reminiscent of the tens of thousands of people from Central America who crossed into the United States last summer, often described sympathetically as unaccompanied minors fleeing gang violence. Most of those Central American arrivals were able-bodied, tough young men who left their families in search of better economic opportunities. Wealthy European nations did not offer to help out by accepting thousands of migrants from Central America. We did not expect that of them, and they should not expect it of us right now, unquote. My friends, common sense from Phyllis Schlafly. Item from Reuters. At least 107 people were killed when a crane toppled over at Mecca's Grand Mosque on Friday, Saudi Arabia's Civil Defense Authority said, less than 2 weeks before Islam's annual Hajj pilgrimage, unquote. My friends, a crane did in fact topple over at Mecca at the Grand Mosque, killed 107 people, but I want to reassure you folks right now, the crane was just fine. Item from the Gateway Pundit. Since Obama took office, 750,000 people from Muslim-majority countries have obtained permanent residence in the United States, unquote. My friends, that's what you call tossing an anchor to a drowning man. We'll take a break. Real Truth continues. All right, guys, this is where the video ends. My show goes on again tonight. It's on tomorrow morning. So if you want to hear the whole show, you can. Watch this video. Share it with everybody you know. Watch the debate tonight. And share that too. Talk about it. Discuss issues. Don't discuss the gotcha questions and the foibles. Discuss real issues, real plans, real solutions, and hopefully we'll get where we want to be. Hasta luego.